Asante sana kwa kukubali kujiunga na sisi. Bila shaka kipindi ambacho kipo hewani kipindi cha Kenya's Gold, kipindi ambacho kinakufunza mengi kabisa kuhusiana na masuala ya kilimo, na tukiketi kitako taratibu ujue kwamba tunajitayarisha kwa mdahalo mkubwa kabisa ambayo unaandamana na makala ambayo tumekuandalia hasa kuhusiana na kile tunaita synchronized breeding. Bila shaka kuna mtaalamu ambaye tayari yupo studioni kutudadavulia hayo yote.
All right, so as we start our gold conversation, we do have the pleasure of being joined by Dr. Ann Ndeke, who is a lecturer at the University of Nairobi Faculty of Vet Medicine. Now, the focus on the program today is to learn so much about synchronized breeding, which is a technique that manipulates the reproductive cycle of your animals, making your female animals come on heat at the same time. So thank you so very much, Dr. Ann Ndeke, for making time to be with us today. And even before we get to the technologies involved, both the natural and the non-natural way, tukiangalia kama mkulima ambaye tulikuwa naye leo, the sheep that he does have, please talk to us about how critical the lambing process is, and also what makes the ewes very vulnerable, the mortality rate during that time, and the challenges that a farmer who's not going the synchronized way normally faces, ile natural cycling for the animals. What are the issues with that? Ndo niamue, okay guys, I need to go the synchronized way.
Well, thank you for having me at the show. As you've just seen, synchronization is important because it helps you group a number of females to deliver at the same time. This then for the farmer then enables the farmer to monitor the delivery process. Remember, just like in humans, delivery, you're giving life. So these animals are giving life. They need to be monitored while they're delivering. So it's easier to, if you have a shorter, what we call a shorter breeding period or a shorter lambing period. So instead of having ewes giving birth throughout the year, you have them giving birth at a certain month of the year. At that time, your entire focus, your staff is entirely focused on these animals. So in case of any what we call dystocia, difficulty during delivery, you're able to attend to it as soon as possible, and then the lambs that are born at this time, we are able to take care of them. Like what he has mentioned during the synchronization process, what it also helps with is preparing the feed. If, as a farmer, I know I'm going to have my ewes lambing in September this year, so it means I start preparing. As early as now, I start doing pasture, I start doing mineral supplementation, I put them on deworming treatment, I start preparing them, so that come September, I have everything ready for my animals to deliver. Then obviously, then the mortality rates for these lambs that are delivered are going to be low because the farmer is ready. And that is the beauty of synchronization. The challenge is that a farmer who is not synchronizing really faces is what we call heat detection.
Right.
Most farmers miss heat. And if you miss the time of heat detection, then you miss the time of breeding and you lose that pregnancy altogether.
Right.
So you find that farmers do not achieve the required, what we call the reproductive index. For instance, a sheep or an ewe is supposed to deliver 3 times in 2 years. So you find most farmers are not achieving this. And the biggest problem or the biggest challenge that they face is heat detection. They don't know when their ewes are ready.
Do they behave the same when they are on heat? Ama killer, you'll find different characters during that period.
No, they actually, the signs are similar. You find that some of them, they present with reddening around the vulva area. There's a clear mucoid discharge. The activity increases, so you find that they are also vocalizing a lot, wakomeme, a lot during this time. And the thing is that it's just for a short duration of time. You have about 6 to 12 hours. If you miss it, it's gone.
Okay. Nitaomba utumie lugha ambayo uko uhuru kutumia, lakini kuna swala lingine. Mbona kama mkulima nifanye synchronization katika shamba langu, kuna sababu gani kufanya hivyo?
Like we've mentioned, okay, ni vizuri kufanya synchronization na itakusaidia kama mkulima because again,
Hiyo food umetaja tayari, lakini
ya chakula
kingine ambacho kinaongezeka?
Chakula mara kwanza, a shorter breeding period, and then also sometimes we use synchronization as a treatment. For animals that have what we call cystic ovarian disease, those ones will require hormones to take care. As we are synchronizing, we are also taking care of the illness.
Right.
And then when we finish the protocol, because it's a protocol that we follow, when we finish the protocol, you find that we've sorted out the disease and then also we've bred the animal.
Right.
So we actually kill two birds with one stone.
Yes. Great. So when we're talking about this natural way of doing it, you're introducing the ram to your airway.
Ewes.
No, you're the professional. Yeah, it's what?
Ewes.
Ewes. So we are introducing our ram to our ears. We are advised that the ewes need to have been isolated for a period of time.
Yes.
Please make it very clear for us what the isolation period should be like so that you are able to get accurate results during the synchronized breeding. And also when we are introducing the ram, huyu ram tunafaa kama ni sheep in this case, anapatiwa ewes wangapi, which number is the maximum, tusipitishe ngapi. And because we can also do this for cows as well, also help us be very clear on the numbers so that we do not overwork our ram. Talk to us about that.
That's true. When you're synchronizing, ideally you're supposed to keep the ram about a kilometer or two away from the females so that the females cannot smell the ram anywhere. So they're living in their own little cocoon, they're continuing with life. And this is for a period of between 4 to 6 weeks while the ram is away. And then now when you reintroduce the ram produces pheromones. What is recommended is that one ram for between 30 to 50 females, what we call a harem. They are allowed to have a harem. But that is for the ram and also for the bucks. We actually get to a bigger number. But when it comes to the bulls, we recommend a smaller number between 15 and 25 cows.
So one bull, 15 and
25 cows.
Okay.
However, it's good to note that this ram effect is ram effect because it's for the sheep. The same thing does not happen for cows.
Right.
Yes.
Sawa. Wakati unataja ukasema kwamba kuna hatari kwa wile tuseme kondoo wa kiume sababu wanahudumia wengi, lakini inafaa nifanye kwa muda gani ndio niachane nayo kusitokee effect yoyote? Kwa sababu najua mkulima angependa sana kuona wakizaa wengi, lakini je, kuna muda ambao unahitajika ndio nitupilie mbali kabisa kufanya synchronization katika shamba langu?
Kama unatumia natural synchronization, hakuna muda. Maana in between the synchronization, you are resting the ram. The ram is resting and is only being used for about a month. That is when you introduce, you leave the ram with the females for about a month, and then you take the ram away again until the next time when you're synchronizing. The other thing is that apart from just the synchronization, remember that if this ram has been used now, then in the next 15 months, the daughters will be ready for breeding.
Yes.
So it means you need to introduce a new ram, a different ram, to avoid inbreeding.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for those insights. Dr. Ann Ndeke, who is a lecturer at the University of Nairobi, Faculty of Vet Medicine. We have talked so much about the natural way of doing it, the ram effect. We want to take a break right now, but when we come back, we want you to talk to us a lot more about the non-natural way of doing it. Here we are addressing controlled internal drug release. And I'm very curious to find out, because it's a bit hormonal, if I introduce it to my animal and then one day I stop, will my animal face reproduction issues? You'll get to answer that and more when we come back from this short commercial break.